So I just wanted to ask, where have you traveled for the conference this week? Obviously you're local, so...
From Kerrisdale.
Okay, so
I
not
took
too
the
far.
bus 32.
Yes, so not too far. And just give me a little bit about background about yourself. Tell me your story. What got you involved in Agile?
My story started a long time ago. I'm a mechanical engineer, but I fell into software at a young age. And I worked mostly in a large telecommunication system and then aerospace systems. And I came to Vancouver to be the lead architect of the Canadian air traffic control system.
Okay.
My involvement with Agile, well, at Rational Software I developed the Rational Unified Process, which is an iterative development process. And at the beginning of Agile movement, we started to sort of see a lot of similitude and continuity. So after running into a few people in Vancouver, like Steve Adolph, and we decided to create Agile Vancouver in 2003 to sort of see what other people had to say about Agile. I'm a bit skeptical. I'm not dogmatic Agile, adhering to the strict dogma of Scrum or XP or Lean. Because I can put things in maybe a different context that many of the what I call the sweet spot for Agile software development is, because I worked on safety critical systems and very large systems and embedded systems and very long-lived systems and large legacy systems with million lines of code. So I have a slightly different perspective than other people on what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. Interesting background. I like that. Now, a lot of people, what made you choose the topic that you did for the conference?
I made a presentation on one of our Monday night meetings, maybe a year ago, on that topic. It was just a 50-minute presentation. And this had a huge attendance, so I was surprised, just attracted by the word technical debt, not so much its connection with agility. So that's one input, and the other thing is that technical debt is a sort of dual view on one of my favorite topic of research right now, which is what is the value of software architecture and system architecture. Because a lot of the technical debt is not at the crappy code smell level, but it's also at the structural level, and it can be perceived more as an investment. Yeah. It has value, technical debt, so it's not only a negative metaphor as it tends to be in our community, but it has also some positive value. Yeah. So it connects to my own research topics, and then the rest was just discussion with the rest of the junta.
Yeah, super. Interesting. Now, a lot of people have talked about elephants in the room. It's sort of coined the phrase for the conference. What's an elephant in the room that you've seen sort of in your world?
Actually, I have a totally different connection to that. I wrote that blog posting, there are elephants in the Agile room. Yeah. This was the result of the little celebration that Alistair Coburn had organized in Snowbird last February to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Agile Manifesto. And then in that room, we noticed that people are very excited about Agile and all these gurus and consultants doing all kind of great stuff. But there are certain fundamental difficulties that the Agile community hasn't really addressed in terms of what is agility and how does it scale outside of Agile development, or more tactical ones. What is the role of Scrum Alliance and the Agile Alliance? What is the impact of culture and distribution? How do you scale these approaches to beyond the core group? So we listed in Snowburn quite a few topics, and keeping in the vein of what I told you a little bit earlier of being skeptical, I'm willing to take that something works, but only when proven that it works, and understanding in which context it works. Not I've tried these things on 3 projects, therefore it's a universal value. No, you've tried it on 3 projects that were very similar, but they're very different from my project. Prove me that it works. Oh, everybody knows that. Look, there's 500 blog entries on that. Well, proof by blog entry numbers, you know,
isn't quite the scientific
okay.
value.
Yeah. Exactly.
So obviously there's many elephants in the room and many different contexts.
Yeah, and different part of our community start to address some of it, hopefully, you know. I know that inside the Agile Alliance, they're sort of reflecting a little bit on what they want to do, where they want to drive this organization. You know, agility seems to have crossed the chasm, you know. In a few years, you know, we've run out of nouns in front of which we can stick the word agile, you know, and bring value.
Yeah, yeah. Is there an example you can give me where one of these elephants has been sort of a success story, where it's been successfully overcome, or an area in which you know, progress is being made to overcome this?
It's not obvious. I don't have one. Already a good progress is having people a little bit more aware that there are those topics that we cannot speak about.
Yeah.
So exposing at least the list of topics is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Now, whether people are willing to speak about them, I don't see people saying, you know, I've done this agile stuff and it miserably failed, because there's some kind of a stigma attached to that. Oh, it failed because you didn't try hard enough.
Yeah.
Or go and attend my training, or hire my consulting services, and I'll show you how you should have done it. We're still at this level. We have a hard time as a community analyzing our weaknesses, our failures, the boundaries of what we advocate.
Yeah. So it's opening the doors a little bit more to see what's really going on, and let's figure it out.
I hope that people will start addressing them. I noticed that Shane Hasty on InfoQ has started organizing a series of blog posting around these elephants that we have in the Agile room.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome, Andrea. Bye.